And the reason why we did it for so cheap is because if they couldn't get their number one backup keeper who could potentially take over from Raya, why are they then going to splurge 10 to 15 million on another random
Yeah,
guy
but Igor, does that not prove my
in
point?
the short term? I do understand your concerns, but at the same time, I think the benefit in the short term financially outweighs any major concerns that we have at this moment.
Yeah,
in
but
time.
yeah,
Can I
but you're
just quick
saying
win? I'm going to
financially,
shut up and
Igor.
let everybody else talk, yeah? The
Go
fact is,
on.
Zigal, yeah, us going for Sesko is risky because it's not the best option. Risky. Us going for Kepa, risky. We're us going for Semenyo over Mbuemo, risky. Those are three already off the bat that we're looking at, and we're saying if they can do a job, if they play 15 games, if the best case scenario, if they can just give a little bit of, a little bit of push to the other players that are starting, a little bit of rest. This is concerning. When we bought Berta, all of us were looking at Berta to get in proven world-class players. This is why a lot of people are happy at the appointment. I was happy at the appointment. You can't bring in a specialist and someone that's got pedigree and has got CV and is shown with a smaller budget at Atletico that is able to win trophies in Europe, trophies in Spain, up against giants, bringing in quality players. Then when you come to my football club, you're bringing me players that are project players. If that was the case, we should have just continued with Arteta and said, Arteta, continue doing what you're doing, because he's been bringing players that are potential players. He was here to get the job done. Let's be honest about it. He's been brought here to get us the world-class players that we need to then win over the line. And the fact that we're looking at three players and we're talking about ifs and maybes and buts, this is why it's as concerning as when we went and got Moreno, thinking about if, maybe, but if he can perform. Looking at Calafiori, if, but, maybe. The last couple of signings have been like that. What are you bringing to the football club? You are supposed to be... This guy is known for bringing world-class players and trophies. So why, when now he's representing Arsenal Football
And
Club,
world-class
the
talent
standard
as well.
is now being dropped to, but maybe you can get players that could be better and could be good. Why is it different, bro? He's got a bigger budget at Arsenal. We've got 300 M's to spend. Our reports already came out months ago. We've got 300 million that we can spend before we start hitting PSR. We've got a lot of wages coming off because we've got Jorginho left, we've got Tavaj, and we've got other players that we're going to sell. If we get all the players gone, we're going to get up to about 500, 600,000 off the wage bill if everything goes to hand. But either way, we're cutting a lot of the wage bill and players that are not good enough. We've sold Marquinhos. Why is it that this guy has come to a club that isn't a rubbish club? We are competing. The problem is we're not getting over the line. You don't need to rip it all up and start again. All he needs to do is identify the weaknesses and get us, even if it's not world-class players, get us players that make sense. Gyökeres is a risk, yes, but he's a player that's won multiple titles, has shown to score goals. I think this season he scored about 50-odd goals in 60-odd games, has performed at a high level.
Let me ask you a question. You watch the Portuguese league. How many? A lot of people are worried about Portuguese league players leaving the Portuguese league and flopping where they go. Cancelo, Ramos, Darwin Núñez, many others have done so.
Vitinha, João Neves have all performed.
No. I'm not talking about Portuguese players going to, from the midfield to those leagues. I'm talking about strikers. How many Portuguese strikers have recently left the Portuguese league and come to another league? And
yeah, but just because they haven't, succeeded, doesn't mean that anyone else
just to make things clear, I am not somebody who's against the signing of Gyökeres. I've actually been campaigning for Arsenal to sign Gyökeres. I don't necessarily think Sesko is the right choice. I think we should go for the more experienced player. But I cannot go and listen to the logic that they're giving me and say, you know what? I do hear it. I do hear some of the logic that they're coming with, saying some of the best players, the top last 10 years, the top goal scorer in Portugal, when they leave Portugal to go somewhere else, they don't reach those levels.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that this guy will flop. That's the point. And number two, Miguel, unfortunately, Miguel, whether people like to hear this or not, you cannot go for a project player anymore. And that is what's in a lot of people's mind. That's what Sesko is to a lot of people.
Guess what? I agree with you. We should not be going for project players. But at the end of the day, if the club signs Sesko, I'm going to back it.
Luis Diaz,
if the club scouts say that Sesko fits our system better, and
but why are you backing it?
He is potentially, if they say he's potentially going to be a better player than this guy is for now in the foreseeable future, then
But you just
But
said you don't want
Because we've done this. We've been here before.
How can you say in one sentence, yeah? Your sentence, not my words, your words. You said, I agree, we can't buy project players, but if the club buys Sesko, I back it.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask.
This is why you stress me out.
No,
why? There's one thing. I'm not going to be one of these guys who, if the club signs somebody who I don't necessarily want as my preferred option, I'm not going to then say, you know what, fuck this. I'm going to boo him every time.
No. Of course, it doesn't have to be a preferred choice, but doesn't that give you a warning? I'm going to give him
an opportunity.
Yes, no, but Igal,
I
agree. It doesn't have to be your preferred choice, or then just throw everything the belt in the wall. I agree, but do you not see that as a red flag that they're going for a project player over a player who's right now?
I also find it as a red flag that nobody else is really pushing hard for Gyökeres right now either.
Well, Man U.
Nobody has the money. Real Madrid have a striker.
Man.
City have a striker.
Apparently,
Barcelona can't buy him. Man United are the Champions League. They don't have the money. And let's be honest,
Man United is trying
came from Portugal, and he was balling. I don't know why.
All these teams are going to have money after the Club World Cup. Don't act like
Igor, can I ask you a question? I was actually going to ask you a question.
Club will have money after.
That's fine. But I was going to ask you this question: if you've got 300 million to spend, like Norsa said, would you take 30 to 35 to spend it on a Lunin or a Garcia, someone like that, who will be a very, very good second
no
option?
Chance I am investing 30 million this window on a backup keeper.
Even so, you're willing to take the risk with Kepa.
I think it's a mismanagement of funds, and I hope the boys agree with me. We should be investing as much of our money in the attack and the areas where we need.
Nosa said they take Lunin. Nosa and Carl said they would take Lunin.
There's a difference between saying you take him and saying you'd spend 30 million on him.
But I said the cost.
I don't think even Northside would agree with spending 30 million on Lunin.
Nosa, would you do it,
bro? I just care about quality to get us lifting the trophy.
Yeah, no. But would you do it? Would
you spend 30 million on the backup keeper?
I told you.
I
always want to plan for the best case scenario. If Igal gets
if that 30 million costs you,
for example, let me just answer. Igal, if you identify a goalkeeper for less, that's as good, if not better, then I'll take him. Yeah, I'm all for being clever with our business, and that's why I said Kelleher would have been perfect. You're not breaking the bank, and his quality that can rival what we currently have. You do have to look at that and say that the club should be, if Brentford are able to convince him, Arteta that you back, the process that you back, and if it's as great as they make it seem, we should be in a position to be able to get Kelleher to the club.
Big up, Jess.
You know what I'm saying? Big up.
Like
so at the end of the day, Igal, let me tell you this about the Portuguese league, because you asked me that. I didn't have a chance to reply to that. Farcan left the Portuguese league. He did very well. Not in the Prem, but he did very well in La Liga. Jackson Martinez left the Portuguese league, did very well. James Rodriguez did very well when he left as well. Do you know what I'm saying? Rui Costa did well when he left. There's been loads. Listen, at the end of the day, Igal, you would say that there's maybe a lot of players from Ligue 1 that you wouldn't take in the Prem, but I'm sure you would take Doué, you'll take Vitinha, you'll take Jean Neves, you'll take Cavaskelia. You're not gonna rate every single player from the league.
Vitinha was in the Premier League. Vitinha was in the Premier League. Everyone could have had him. He played for Wolves. Nobody took a chance.
And you know he was calling him a baller. Yeah, and the chat because when I do the Portugal watch-alongs, I've been saying that Vitinha's a baller. How come I got better player ID than this club? And when we got Fabio Vieira, I was the one saying, people asking me, no side, what about the Portuguese league? Maybe you can do a job. I said he's rubbish. And look, as time has proven, I've been right. Why am me as a fan? I'm just a fan. People ask my opinion. I'm not a scout. I'm just a fan watching football. Why can I identify the quality in Vitinha and can see that Fabio Vieira isn't good enough, and the scouts at this club and the whole scouting department can't? It is poor. They are paid millions of pounds to do this job. How can they can't identify the talent? We can argue over players, Igal. I want quality. At the end of this season, all of us aren't sitting around here saying, "Yo, how much money? How much profit?"
You know something?
We're talking about trophies. So when you're telling me I don't want to spend a certain amount of money on players, at the end of the season, you're not going to look at the spreadsheet in terms of our profit and sustainability. All you care as a fan is the trophies, because at the end of this season, we've been more profitable than Spurs. But who has lifted a trophy? They have. And
but
to tell me that you wouldn't take a trophy, you'll take a trophy.
Who also sacked their manager? Their team was terrible.
Yeah, and they got more standards. Because their manager gets a trophy and doesn't hit when their manager, now hold on, their manager wins a trophy, doesn't get to the objective, he doesn't get to the objective, he gets sacked. Arteta never gets to the objective, yeah? Arteta never gets to his objective to get over the line. And yet you man still want to continue with this guy. That is the difference. Your mentality, it is Spursy, bro. It is Spursy because they had an objective, yeah, for him to get to somewhere. He didn't reach the objective, and he got sacked.
By the way, Tottenham sacking Ange proves that trophies are not all that matters in football.
What?
No, that's your belief.
No,
that's your belief. That's not
because Tottenham sacking Ange after winning their first trophy in 20 years proves that
17. Carry on.
Where you finish in the league where you finish in the league matters more than you winning a trophy. Because if you have a poor season, in the league, and you finish in the 17th position, you don't get less than 40 points. It is unsustainable to think that manager can lead you in the future.
Do you believe there's goals when Arteta signed this season? Let's speak about this season. Were there goals this season to get to certain to win an FA Cup or to go to the Champions? There was goals, right? Arteta did not hit any goal.
He lost.
Sorry?
He hit multiple goals.
What's the goal? To get second place? Second place is mandatory. Sorry. This is Arsenal.
No, stop. Do you want to know what they were?
What was the goal?
The goals, one, Arsenal got to a semi-final Champions League. Arsenal were still...
Was that a goal?
That was not a goal.
Champions League football again. Arsenal once again were back in a title race, although we did not...
No, you didn't. No. We weren't in a title race.
Although we came in second, we fell short by 10 points at the end of the season. And yeah, it wasn't the ultimate goal, which was
the goal was to top four. That's all you told me, really.
Yeah.
There may be semi-final in the Champions League, you could say that, but there was goals that he didn't hit. This is how football works.
By the way,
when you don't hit certain goals, you get sacked. It's
By
very
the way,
simple.
I'm gonna have to go. But one thing I'm gonna say is, Macy, you seem like a nice guy now that I'm on the stream. You had a lot of bad things to say about me. What's up with you, man?
Because the reason I'm saying the reason
you're a nice guy. Like you don't need to be like I hate this guy. Don't do that.
Look, listen to me. The reason I'm saying this is because you and Christian continue to show your support to this manager. How long is this manager going to be here? Because he's not going to win nothing for us next season. He ain't winning nothing because he did that last season. We won nothing. We were in a Champions League semi-final. What happened? PSG beat us. We bottled it. We have bottled every single cup that mattered to us. And all you do, you're just so happy with this manager. You just don't care about the main objective. And the main objective is to win a trophy. All you just want to do, just show your love and appreciation to this manager like he's your favorite. Well, I am not going to show my appreciation because until this manager wins me something, I will keep on saying Arteta out. I will keep on giving my honest about this manager, and I will not stop until I demand football club. And change will come if this manager fucks off out of here.
All right. Yep. Fair enough.
Wow.
He did not like the manager. Now, what does that have to do with me?
Because you act like you're his lawyer, bro.
To show your loyalty
because you're just like you're entitled to your opinion. I'm entitled to my opinion. I sat here, I just listened to what you say. Although I disagree with you, I will be respectful and speak with you respectfully. Just because you don't know me doesn't mean you can then say, I hate this guy, I hate his opinions. You can hate my opinions as much as you like, but you don't know me as a person, man. So long story short, I disagree with you. I think you're right to your opinion, but before you get to know somebody, we might agree on a lot of other things. There's no need to sit here and be like, hey, I hate this guy. I can't wait for him to come on the stream. I'm going to give it to him. Bro, you're a cool guy.
Because you're talking about your opinion, nigga.
I know. It does come off. It does come off at times.
What has he ever done for you? Apart from one FA Cup, what has he ever done for you, Gal?
I think whatever I say, I will not be able to change your mind. But personally, I think Arteta is one of the best. I think Arteta is one of the best managers in the league. I think Arteta is one of the best managers in Europe tactically. I think he's been able to. What I know Northside's gonna laugh, but what he's been able to do from getting us from where we were to where we are now, I think what we've been short of has been the attacking strength. We've developed the defense. We've built the proper midfield. We're now just at that final phase. We're now at that final phase. We're at that final phase where we're now
piece of the puzzle.
How long would you keep him for if we go trophyless? If we remain trophyless, how long would you keep him?
If that final piece, and if that final piece, let me finish.
Did you see the Newcastle game?
Let him finish, Tracy. Let
me finish. If that final piece to the puzzle is purchased and it still doesn't work, then by all means he can be gone. I'm not Arteta FC. I'm Arsenal FC. That's who I support, right? And I back this manager because I believe in the manager. You're about to mention the Newcastle game. What was it?
Because like at the end of the game, Saliba was pissed off. He was sitting on one of the chairs and he was absolutely pissed off. After we beat Newcastle, like Saka, Martinelli, Trossard, Rice, they were all like just like they were just celebrating like we beat Newcastle. Like for what reason?
The club's taking on Saliba.
I saw Saliba, Gelly, Tierney, and Enwari. They were all pissed off because they know that this club ain't serious. They're just saying to themselves, I'm just getting the fuck out of here, because Saliba, for me, he should go and win trophies elsewhere, because what's the point of him staying at Arsenal?
Macy, one more season, Macy. One more season trophy.
I'm going to leave.
And then my club will go in.
I'm leaving, but I don't think any respecting Arsenal fans should be sitting here saying our best players should be leaving. Because our best players should be delivering us trophies just as much as you demand the manager to be delivering us trophies.
That wasn't what he said. Yeah, but that wasn't what he said.
Says the one person that
I gotta go. I gotta go somewhere. I gotta go out. I gotta go out.
Don't go anywhere. Where are you going? Don't go anywhere.
Bro, I'm headed out.
Put the light back on.
I'm headed out.
The show must go on.
No, I'm headed out, bro. Love for the love.
Let me just say this though.
One side.
Before you go.
You got the.
Before you go out, yeah.
You're
telling people to demand, yeah, the best players to win a major honor, but you never demand this manager to win. You always say at the start of the season. The start of last season, yeah. Me and you were back to back. Yeah? You said the manager must win a major honor. End of the season, it doesn't matter, guys. What did you say? No, you said this. Is what you said to me. You said, I'm going to back it to the wheels fall off. That's what you said. Your words. Yeah. I'm going to back it to the wheels fall off.
I said unprecedented circumstances have taken place. Now
one of those buzzwords, isn't it? Unprecedented.
Love for the love. And hey, all I gotta say is Eid Mubarak to all the Northside subscribers. Eid Mubarak to anyone here who's Muslim. And to the brother who said I'm disgracing Somalis, bro, I am the last person for you to say that about, because there's people online doing way worse than me. Anyways,
that's debatable.
Yeah, no. Come on. Let's calm down with that, check.
Yeah, there's way worse people.
Raise the standards, Igal. Raise the standards.
And you know something? You raising the standards doesn't mean you have to shit on the club everything that they do.
Oh, well, the thing is that they never do what we want. You wanted Gyökeres, they didn't get it. They're going to get Cisco.
But guess what? They don't do what Liverpool fans want. They still win the league. You don't necessarily have to do what
we don't win. That's the thing. We don't win. We don't win. Let me at him. Come on, man. They win. We don't win.
Hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. I'm going to say this one more time. Ange Postecoglou being sacked proves to me I'm right and you guys are wrong.
Get out of there. Carlo got sacked for finishing second. There you go. Wait again. Bro, I was literally about to debunk his whole bloody point. Ancelotti finished second, won 2
but let's get some other people involved as well, Blancos. Yeah, let's let other people involved. Yo, Carl, what do you make of this, bro? This is what we're dealing with, bro. There's loads of guys. They're like minions.
Carl was laughing.
Was sunwatered over the week yesterday as well. If a gal's got the same sort of, if we had the same sort of defensive structure, the same defensive mechanism around our fucking borders, the way Gal defends Arteta, England would be in a much more safer place to live. Let's be real, right? Let's be real. Can I ask you guys a question, okay? So he talks about how it's a cheap buy, it's not going to break the bank, the stat and the other. Fine. He was on 170k a week when he was at Chelsea. He's dropped to 100 grand a week. Cool. Who would you rather take as your backup right now? Forget fee, forget wages, just in quality alone. Who would you take? Kepa or Stefan Ortega?
But they'll tell you, oh, we're going to spend that money on the keeper while we need it for the strikers or the forwards. May I say?
There you go.
That's the
They'll
excuse.
still get the wrong
We don't
one
have
with
money
them,
enough. That war chest. You remember that war chest, Carl? You remember that war chest, the 350? That was bullshit. And then they told us something like 300. That was bullshit as well. And
it's
then
pirate treasure. It's pirate treasure. Is what it is.
Yeah. And then it dropped to 100, and we need to sell a star player. So we can't afford to get a keeper like that. But put in. Do you know what was crazy, Carl? Yeah, put in 100k. Putting Kepa on 100k is my concern. 100k for a goalkeeper that it's a mistake waiting to happen. Let's be real. It's Kepa. We know him. We know him from before. Mistake waiting to happen. 100k is a problem. If you put him on 50k, I'll be like, all right, fair enough. We pay 5 million, 50k, I don't care, whatever. Do you know what I'm saying? We're putting him on big money, bro. 100k is big money. You know that Luis Diaz is on 55k. I know it's different forward goalkeeper, but the same concept. 55k for Luis Diaz.
Dubravka's on 44k a week at Newcastle. But he just signed another contract in February.
Why are we giving him that much money? He's coming from Bournemouth. You should bully Bournemouth. He should dream to play for Arsenal. It's not like Kepa is wanted by Bayern Munich and Real Madrid. And nobody wants Kepa. We're the only team that wants
Rashid,
Kepa.
I can give you another fact. Do you know how much Lunin is on? 86 grand a week. That's less than Kepa. And look what he's done.
And Lunin's a better quality goalkeeper.
Exactly.
And he doesn't even there's no competition to Raya. That's something that pisses me off as well. In football, there needs to be competition. Anyone in the chat, anyone here played football in some type of level, even Sunday League. You can't just play with no competition. You have someone on your back. You have to perform every game or else you're on the bench. It's how football works. I'm sorry, Kepa and Raya all day. There's no way Kepa's going to take Raya's place. He's not going to. There's no competition there. No competition. But it is what it is, man. We the first signing Raya, just another reason to be pissed off at the club. Do you get me?
Do you know what gets me as well? Is like if this was any other club, if it was Liverpool, or if Lampard had stayed at Chelsea and not been sacked, if this was at Spurs, if this was at Man United, where a manager had been there for 5 years, no trophy, all these guys that are backing Arteta will be mocking those clubs and saying that they've got a loser mentality and why are they keeping the manager so long when they've not won anything. But for some reason, for us, the standards, the expectations are completely different because of Arteta. The brainwashing, the PR and everything is, I take off my hat to it because it's impressive stuff that they do. When you see what you see online, I got told the other day by some guy on Twitter, I know that there's a load of nonsense, there's a load of mutants on there, as we know. But I got told literally, if you want to win trophies, why don't you go support Barca? And that was apparently from an alleged Arsenal fan. If you want to win trophies, go and support Barca. This is the type of people they are breeding now. This is and it's an infestation for sure. It's a mad thing to think. Like, imagine if I was in the 12 Pins pub in 2004 celebrating the Invincibles, the final game of the season. I think it was Leicester. And imagine saying to us back then in 2004, enjoy this, enjoy the next few weeks, enjoy the next few months, because you guys aren't going to win another title for 20 years at least, and you're not going to win anything in Europe for 20 years at least. It gets to the point where you're like, I was 41 on Sunday, and I'm kind of like, fucking hell, am I going to see a Champions League? Am I actually going to see a Champions League? You start to worry. Do you know what I mean?
Nah, I hear that.
But this thing, you would think these people, if they didn't say they were Arsenal fans or didn't have an Arsenal show, you would genuinely think these guys were Tottenham fans. You genuinely would think that. Like,
I don't think they know how big Arsenal is. I don't think he realizes how big we are. Do you know what I'm saying? And obviously we're not as big as Man United and Liverpool because of the trophies.
That doesn't matter. Arsenal is still a huge club.
Do you know we're still a huge club? I don't think they respect us like that or put us on that kind of pedestal. Do you know what I'm saying?
They should. Rashid, this is the harsh reality. I've looked at the clubs he supports. Listen, nothing bad against him. Yeah, he's a cool guy. No, I've got no issues with the guy whatsoever. I know people don't like him, but
no,
I'm cool with it. But
there's worse. There's worse.
There's Ty.
There's worse.
There's Ty, but let's maybe get into him because that guy is far gone. But he supports clubs in other sports that are losers in those sports. So this is the issue when you bring a fan like that into but you see what I mean, Rashid?
He's used to it.
He's a
Exactly. And this is the danger.
He's a league fan. They haven't won the Stanley Cup in 58 years.
But this is the point, Carl. When you get people who support loser club in other sports, and then you bring them to their own club, bro, they're not going to have the same standard as a guy who's seen it all. In it. That's the thing. But this is why I'm saying, if you want to support a club in whatever
but don't they get jealous? Like, don't these men get jealous?
No, but learn your history. No, but learn your history.
Just enjoying the journey.
Do you think? I don't think it's just history. Let's say you were born 2004. Okay, you didn't see anything. Blah blah blah. Whatever. But you see City doing well, Liverpool, Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, Barcelona. Don't you get jealous? I don't understand. Anybody in the chat, don't you get jealous? You must feel some type of way.
And the thing is, Rashid, I don't think he realizes. I don't think he realizes as well. Even if you sack Arteta next season, with all these players he's bought, I don't think people like it. Like you guys will realize, because you guys have brought this up multiple times, all of you on here, even Rob, who I've only talked a few times to. But I don't think people like Igal realizes that when he gets sacked, because that guy is going to get sacked. I think next season, I think he'll be the final straw, then he's gone, because I don't think he'll win anything again. But as soon as he gets sacked, I am telling you right now, it's going to be a nightmare clearing out these players that he's bought that are not good enough. That's going to be a huge, huge problem. I don't think he realizes that until it's going to be far too late. This is the issue.
It's crazy. It's crazy. I did.
I know Sai looks to play. He just wants to end the stream.
End the stream, Dave. It's his birthday, isn't it? So
is it?
Happy birthday.
Yeah,
is it really? Oh, big up Dave.
Birthday,
that's my Madridista right there.
We're gonna be, man. Gonna go see him. It's his birthday.
Big up Dave, man.
Yeah, man. Big up Dave, man. Happy birthday to.
You're going to Madrid, ain't you? Yeah, you're going to Madrid, ain't you?
Yeah.
Oh, you better do the tour around my stadium, brother. Yeah?
Yeah.
You better do the tour.
Our stadium. No.
What? Oh, our stadium. Look at this guy, yeah? If you
We're going to go sign with Madrid.
No. Rashid.
I'm your new signing, bro. I'm your new signing.
Welcome, yeah? Go ahead and sign a shirt then, yeah? You
I'm down for rotation.
Sam, I'll put a post on Instagram saying, here we go, him picture of a new Real Madrid shirt next to fucking Lee Gunner. There you go.
You know what? Real talk, yeah? Do you know what? I'm making a bid, yeah? No side, Rashid, Carl, all of you, man. Oh, just join my club. Yeah? No, bro, piss off.
Someone's already joined your club already. Well, by default at the moment. Anyway, that's my son. He's got Real Madrid pajamas.
I big up your son.
And he's
Well,
only
I
big up your
would
son.
love to be a Real Madrid fan, but I would rather stick to Galatasaray because for me, like they've got better like mentality than Arsenal when it comes to trophies.
Yeah,
so,
but it doesn't take much to have better talent than Arsenal, my brother. Come on.
Listen, I'm a Betico. I go watch Real Betis every April or so, and their fans are more demanding. Our Real Betis fans are more demanding of the club, and we don't win anything, but they've still got that vigor.
They wanted the manager sacked, Rob, after that final. They wanted him sacked after that final.
I've wanted him sacked for a while, but the issue is who comes to Betis because it's not like such a big name. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. But Pellegrini hasn't, he's kept us consistently sort of like in and around the top 8, top 6 Europa League, but we're not kicking on.
Do you know what's crazy? Do you know what's crazy? Even like Tottenham, they actually tried and went out there. They bought Mourinho. They bought Mourinho, and they bought Conte. They actually tried. They went out there and bought a proper manager, with a proper CV. Twice, innit? Twice. And they sacked this guy, even though he won them a trophy. There's some kind of standard at that club. For us, we didn't even try. After Wenger, we went and bought Unai Emery. Unai Emery, nothing against him, but like, he's not what I expected. I wanted someone with a big name. I wanted a big name after Wenger. Because Wenger was a big name. So that's what I expected. Do you know what I'm saying?
And you had a long list of them. You had Ancelotti. You had
tell him.
Massimo Allegri. You had Luis Enrique.
Arsenal should be managed by an established long-term elite.
But these guys are not yes man. This is the issue. These guys are not yes man. The board clearly wants a yes man. These men are not yes
Or
man.
at least try. We don't even buy players that are ballers. We don't even buy players. A player like Rodrigo right now, 86 million, sitting there. Go out there,
that's not the issue.
Yeah.
Rashid, that ain't even
United go out there and buy Varane and Pogba and these.
Wait, players. Rashid, you haven't heard. You haven't heard what the issue is. The issue ain't even the money, brother. Yeah, that's not even the issue. Is he wants 10 million net, and Arsenal refused to pay him that. That's the issue. They don't even want to pay him. Arsenal does not want to pay Rodrigo the wages he wants.
Oh yeah, the package is too expensive.
Yeah. But Kepa 100 grand. But Kai Havertz nearly 300 grand. Sesko, how much are they offering him?
It's laughable. It's absolutely laughable.
Calafiori went from 15k to 120.
Crazy
thing. And Rob, when you're trying to get rid of them, who's gonna buy them, bro? Like, who's gonna buy them?
And we have Gyökeres, the perfect chance to sign Gyökeres. For everybody out there, bro, everybody loves GA, innit? Most people go
XG.
GA. GA, innit? Like, he's got great GA. Let's go out for him.
Oh, XG as well. People talk
get
about
me a baller. They told us Champions League will get you ballers. We're still waiting. It's been 4 years. We're still waiting. I've seen other teams without Champions League buy players. Stop it. Just say you don't have Pool. Just say Arsenal do not have Pool, and it is what it is, and start paying the money. If you don't have Pool, pay the money. And then when you pay the players and you bring them to the team and you start being you start winning trophies and being successful, then you can have Pool. But you have to invest. You have to invest. You know what I'm saying? Don't.
Rashid, if let's just say in an alternative inflated universe, right? Let's say we went and got Rodrigo. Let's say we got Gyökeres. Let's say we also got Eze from Crystal Palace as well. Mm-hmm. We can have a conversation to say, hey, Liverpool City, you buying your players. Guess what? We've got our men right now.
Why has no one bought Eze yet?
I've got no idea.
Yeah, this is a
It's
big
just the
question.
thing is,
How old is Eze?
Because he's number 10.
He's 22.
But the thing is, I've clocked this as well. No side and Jez has made this point.
Now,
26. Sorry.
He's 26. So he's
anybody that plays in Odegaard's position or Saka position, we're not going to buy anyone. Because we affect their progression.
Rashid,
to compete with them.
Rashid, Rob, do you know what it is? Nosa and Jez have said this before. I actually didn't clock this, but now I'm thinking about that. Both Nosa and Jez will spawn. The issue is for Arteta and the Arsenal board, if they buy these kinds of men, Gyökeres, a Rodrigo, a Eze, these kind of players, all right? I think even the chat will understand that as well. If they sign these players, these guys are already made. Like Nosa and Jez said, then he has to win. Then he can't have any excuses left. When he buys a Sesko and these man, because they're young and inexperienced, and they're gonna take time, that gives him more time to get through this mess. Do you see what I'm saying?
Do you think Arteta thinks he has time? I think Arteta realizes now that he doesn't have time.
Rob, I think he does, because why the hell would you go for Sesko over Jurgen when Sesko clearly ain't a goal scorer? Why? And he's ultimately admitted. I even asked Jez the same thing. He ultimately has admitted he doesn't have a 20 to 30 goal striker a season. So why the hell would you not buy someone that is out there and get someone that's more expensive and clearly hasn't ever hit that number? No, sir. Am I lying?
I think, do you know what it is with Arteta? This season, he's been questioned in a way that he's never been questioned before. Mm-hmm. He hasn't been scrutinized to this level that he has this season, to the point where, what I mean by that is, we saw multiple press conferences the last couple of games of the season, and towards the, obviously after the season ended as well, of him doing interviews and press conferences where he's been directly told, are you getting a striker? Why is the team not strong enough? How are you going to strengthen? And then every time he gives an answer, he keeps, because do you remember when he said he said something? He said, they asked him about a striker again. He got rattled and he said, what did I say in January? What did I say in January? Yeah. I said this, and the sentence continues, which means it continues. Yeah. And you can
it's too simplistic. That's what he said at the end. Too simplistic.
Yeah, bro. Do you know what it is? Yeah, it's like an artist, yeah, that was #1 before, and then the music ain't banging no more. They don't understand. They don't understand. They're not lit no more. Do you know what I mean? That's what it is with Arteta. Like he's felt like I'm that guy. Everything I drop is a hit. You know what I'm saying? Every season's a hit. You know what I mean? I'm just platinum records everywhere. From the perspective of this fan base that got no standards. You know what I'm saying?
He's surrounded by people telling him that.
Yeah? He's probably thinking like, yo, like, you guys have been, these men have propped him up like a messiah, bro. Let's just be real. They propped him up like a messiah. Sky Sports, Talk Sport, all of these, man. BBC, all of them. The whole fan base, they all prop this guy up. You know what I mean? So now that he's getting questioned,
because they want him to be another Wenger, yeah.
It's the first time he's feeling a pressure of having to deliver. Because his whole thing, this whole time has been, we're building and look where it took us from. But now it's like, well, you've had 3 years of finishing second, bro. Like
this building's too tall.
You get me? So that's why I feel like I feel like the pressure. I feel like the pressure's getting to him, bro. And I think he's very naive to think that the fan base will never turn on him because they turned on Wenger. You know, I think Arsenal fans take the longest to turn, but once they turn, they turn. And I think a lot of people are now turning.
But it's going to be too late. Also, I think.
Do you think he'll get sacked? Do you think he'll get sacked if he doesn't win anything this season?
He'll get sacked. He'll get sacked. Yeah, when they start to become empty seats because people come disillusioned with winning the title, like they did with Wenger. And then that's what I thought like got Wenger removed. People not going to games. The club start looking at it and thinking, we're getting less for sponsorships. We're getting less money in. The fan base is in turmoil. You're no longer a shield to what we got going on, our money-making machine. I think as long as Arteta continues to make them money, they'll be good. As soon as he's no longer the protective shield, they get rid of him. All these clubs that are interested in making money do it. Daniel Levy does it all the time. As soon as
I don't think he'll survive this season, North.
Huh?
Like, let's say, I want to ask, like, let's say he gets semi-final in the Champions League, just the same as this season. Kind of like, you know what I'm saying? Competes in the league. He does everything. He gets second place, you know, as usual. So business as usual. Cup? Do you think he would get sacked?
Does he win a cup, Rashi, or not?
Nah, he doesn't win a cup in this.
Then he's gone.
He's sacked. He's gone. Yeah, for me, guys.
If
I've got
he
a bounce.
wins a Carabao Cup,
I've got a bounce.
No, I've said this now, Rashid. Okay, listen, I'm 34 years of age. I cherish the FA Cup. I cherish the League Cups. But this manager's now been in charge for 5 years and won absolutely nothing. I think I am now at a point now where it's like...
No, I'm talking about the owners. Do you think the owners will sack him if he wins a Carabao Cup only?
Until they start seeing empty seats, I don't think they'll change their mind. However, the only thing I would say is if we did fall off short again, Arteta's got 1 year left on his current contract. There's no way they would give him another contract if he fails to win anything this season. It's better.
I got to head off. Yeah, it's good to speak to you all. Yeah, good to see you all. Rob. I got to go. Big up North. I know he's like not in this thing now, but yeah. I'll see you all soon. Yeah.
Big up,
Rob.
See you in a bit.
See ya. Yeah, so you don't think that he will get sacked? I don't know, man. Because
Rashid, I think he will get sacked. But I think
he will if he goes trophyless.
But Rashid,
I'm worried. If he wins the Carabao Cup, I think
but Rashid, it doesn't matter even if he gets sacked or not. Rashid next time, I think it's too late. Unless he doesn't win a league or UCL, bro, it's too late. Whether they sack him or not, because you don't think. And listen, I wanted to ask North this, but before it comes, let me just ask you, man, this: Gabriel has signed a new deal, correct? Yeah.
Yep.
Is there any? And even the chat as well. Is there any coincidence that Saliba hasn't put that paper down with him now and signed his deal? Why?
Yeah, because because I was like pissed off at Egal because when I told him when Saliba was sitting down after the Newcastle game, you could see that furious look on his face. He really wants to leave Arsenal and go and play for Real Madrid because now he's starting to realize that we're not serious about winning nothing. We're just we just want to pretend that we beat a team that we have not beaten for like.
Well, that's the thing. Macy, that's the thing. Is Carl, Macy, Rashid? Is this a coincidence really? Gabriel signed, but then the other lad besides him, hasn't even put his pen to paper, and he can genuinely sign the contract now if he wants to.
That's concerning to say the least.
And don't tell me he hasn't been offered a new deal because he's been offered a new deal for time. Don't give me that as well.
I've had a war with a gal as well on this one where I've said that when you've got 2 years left on your deal, that's when the sport director has to start showing his hand. Either you give the player a new contract, and if he signs it, fine, all good and dandy. If he doesn't sign it, you're then stuck in one of two minds. You either let him run it down, and then the player has the leverage, not you. The player has the leverage because now he can run that final year down. And with 6 months to go, he can then go and talk to whoever the hell he wants to. Either his agent can go and talk to whoever the hell they want to. But hang on.
Go on.
But the other option, if Saliba doesn't sign that contract, the sporting director can then turn around and say, cool, okay, well, we're going to go to the highest bidder then.
Would you sell him next summer if he still
next summer?
Yeah, because I don't.
He's got a contract. How long is his contract, Carl?
How long is
2 more years.
2 years left. If he doesn't sign and goes into next season, he has the leverage then.
Yeah,
the player has the leverage then in that final year.
Would you sell him then? Because the club clearly ain't going to sell him this summer.
It'd be too late. You won't be able to sell him next season.
You will not be able to sell him for cheap. You mean you'd probably sell him for cheap?
You'd have to sell him for cheap. This is what I say. Either he signs a new contract now, or you sell him now. You can get 80, 90, maybe even 100 million for William Saliba right now. And then you can get 1, 2, maybe even 3 potential players, quality players that ain't going to cost a bomb. Considering Burton knows how to find fucking gems out of knows how to find gems out of stones. You should be able to, find 2 or 3.
Do you really think Burton is signing players? I don't really think so because I'm seeing Arteta signings.
At this moment in time, I don't. Okay, because this Kepa signing is worrying me. If it is a Berta signing, then I'm like, oh shit. Okay.
You know it's an Arteta signing, Carl. Come on, the Kepa one. Kepa, Zubimendi, and Sesko. Arteta.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, because no way would Berta sell. So if Berta came up and turned around to say, do you know what? I think we should spend 100, maybe even 110 million on Cole Palmer. That I wouldn't be against because Cole Palmer is the best out of a bad bunch of that Chelsea team. He single-handedly keeps that team together. So if we went and paid 100 million to Chelsea for freaking Cole Palmer, guess what? I would take that in a heartbeat. He's the only player worth a damn you'd take on that squad right now.
I know, say you're here.
Maybe.
No, say you're here. Let me just ask you this, no, say
Casado, yeah, I'd take Casado.
I know, say, can you hear me?
Yo, yeah.
I wanted to ask you, no, say you see Gabriel, he's just signed a new deal. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there any is it a coincidence? Do you think that Saliba hasn't put the pen to paper with him now?
I'm thinking because he's a winner, bro. He's a winner. You know what I'm saying?
Do you think he's having doubts in his head?
I think so because why wouldn't you? Saliba's been more the player linked away more than Gabriel. Like,
that's
Gabriel
what I'm saying.
is kind of very flaky in it. So I think it's one of them ones. But do you know what? He's a winner, and I always referred back to his comments that he said. That how can I be one of the best centre backs in the world? I ain't won major honours. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that just showed them a little bit of an inside of his mentality. Whereas Gabriel, it shows that he's just comfortable. He's comfortable being at a club where he just starts every week, no demand to win anything, and he's got a fan base that will protect him because that's how this fan base are. When you're here, they'll protect you through bullshit. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter what you do. So it's one of them ones, man. But listen, big up to everyone. I do need to go because I need to make sure I get ready in time to go link up with Dave. You get me? Well, it's raining mad outside, bro.
Yeah, it's
mad. Rashid ain't on his bike.
I'm indoors today. You get me? Ain't no way I'm going out.
That's typical London, mate. That's typical English.
No, but you know what? The
weather's been raining for a long time.
Calm.
Yeah,
it's been calm lately. I can't lie.
It's been calm. It's been all right.
What, in England?
Yeah.
Oh, that's something new. All right, fair enough. If he has
that's why you saw Rashid and his Boris bike, bro. You had
the Ox can't catch me. You get me? Your Ox, you can't catch me, bro.
Making my way downtown, walking fast and I'm homebound.
And I need you.
I'm telling you, this is how we get that. But I understand Rashid. That's how we get, bro. Like over here in London, when the sun comes out, we're like, yo, you got to make the most out of it. Even if you're ill, go outside.
Big speaker, my suit.
You've got more
big speaker, my suit in the park. Getting liquid drinks, you know what I'm saying? And I'm there, bro.
Yeah, sir. Big up, bro.
Oh, shit,
Apologies.
man.
Before we wrap up, bro, what you got to say? This guy with the same background.
You're mute. Yes, you're mute.
No, yo, the background. Okay, listen, nothing, man, nothing. Like Macy, man, big up Macy. You done your thing today.
It all.
Macy cooked. I can't lie,
This-
bro. Macy, you done your thing.
I was like, this was me releasing my anger on Egal because he's been
Pause.
saying for like a week that I've been talking like I've been saying all these stuff behind his back, but now this is the first time I'm saying straight to his face that
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
You know, it reminded me of, you know, that scene in Home Alone. It's just gunshots, bro. I was looking, I'm thinking, right. But listen, it is what it is, isn't it? Like, I don't know what to think about the Kepa deal. Obviously, for us, it's different because that 5 million we can use towards, I don't know, Manyan or someone else, innit? But that's where I think, to me, low key, the embarrassment come from. But if you look at just the backup goalkeeper, maybe you could have gotten like someone with a talent that can challenge this guy. The what's it called? The Raya, whatever his name is. Or it can turn out to be a thing where he ends up doing the run.
He
can do that.
Yo, the deal for Osimhen for Chelsea.
Where's that coming up? I ain't heard of it. All I know is he said he
check.
flew. He's linked to. Yeah, man said Rashid's on the bike singing "Sexy Red."
Might not be lying, you know.
You know, it's 7 p.m. Friday. You know what's out. You know what's on. You get me? It's 7 p.m. Friday. Nah, I don't listen to Sexy Red, bro. Don't do that. Don't do that. The fuck? You get me?
Way later, bro.
Don't do that, bro. You get me?
He said he don't listen, but he sang the song himself. No one forced you to sing it.
You get me? Because I'll find you. Don't.
Yeah, I get it. But Sexy in general, I don't know, because there's multiple ways this can go, innit? Like, it can end up being, you know what I'm saying? Well, what happened to Ramsdale can end up happening to Raya. You never know. You know the ones? Yeah, Kepa can end up number one if Arteta just stays. That's the worst case scenario. Case scenario. But this is why I agreed with Northside when he told me earlier when he said that, do you think Kepa can cover for half the season? And no. Not half the season.
Yeah, sir. Both me and you have had experience with this guy. Both me and you.
5 games.
Yeah. Oh, you had him on loan. Listen, this is how long you've been away from my club, bro. I don't remember.
Yes, sir.
I remember.
That guy got benched for the third keeper.
Lunin,
innit? Rashid, he benched the second keeper.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
He doesn't even look like a keeper, innit? Like,
and brother, he's earning more money at Arsenal. He's gonna earn more money at Arsenal than my second keeper who won me a Champions League, a double, and lost 2 games all season. He's gonna do.
You know what it is? They're gonna open 200k in our wage bill, because that's gonna go
100 grand. Yes, sir.
Around that, I think it's around. It's between 150 and 200.
I think it was like 170 Kepa, 170 a week. Kepa was on.
Yeah.
At Chelsea.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Madness.
And that's a madness, that is.
Yeah, man.
How much was it? 170?
Yeah, at Chelsea. Yeah.
What? Yo, bro, his agent, whoever Kepa's agent is, he's
fair play to him.
Yeah, fair play to him, bro.
Yeah. My issue is just Osimhen, you know. He looks like he's way too hungry for this money, bro. Instead of just accepting a deal, man said I'm going to Nigeria, I'll decide over there.
You know what he would have done? Yeah? You remember when they were all going to the Chinese league, like Alex Teixeira, Oscar, and all them man there?
Oscar went,
if that was available, well, it is in Saudi, but he would have jumped on that. He's gonna jump on that, bro, because it's not even about heritage for him. It's about the
brother.
money.
They told him it's too much money. They told him he's asking for too much,
bro. He's got a village to feed. That's how it goes.
I thought Victor Osimhen.
He hasn't done enough in the game. That's the problem with him. Yeah, he hasn't done enough in the game.
Either that or Napoli.
He hasn't done enough in the game. Like, yeah, you did your thing in Italy, but you haven't done enough in your game. Like, you're asking the type of money, that seasoned veterans that have won it all will go to Saudi and ask for. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't got that kind of CV. That's the problem with it. You ain't got the CV, and yet, look, I get it in a way because we've seen mad amount of players getting.
But he's one of the best, he's one of the best strikers now.
But you don't have the CV for the amount that he's asking for. It's like, bro, like, who are you, Benzema, bro, in his prime? Like, you're not that guy, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? It's true. You're not that guy to be asking that. Like,
This is.
Yeah, I mean,
Was
this-
it 300k after? He wants like 300k
If I was an
after
agent, yeah,
400 grand.
400k.
If I was
After
an
400
agent,
grand.
yeah,
He's
I'd be
going
like,
to
yo,
Saudi, mate.
jump on 200 to 250, yeah, around that ball mark and say, cool, yeah. There's not a lot of strikers out there, cool. 2 to 250, cool, you're good. Depending on the club as well, but 250, you're good. You're eating good. It is what it is. Your brand will go up with one of these elite teams as well. Do you know what I mean? So your social media will go up, your brand deals will go up. These man make a lot of these players. Let's be real. A lot of these players, yeah, their wages are only like sometimes only half their money. They're getting bare money off football. Do you know what I mean? Just things surrounding football, like sponsorship deals and all that type of stuff. So
but don't worry, no, sir. You're gonna give 100 grand to a bench player now in Kepa, who's in his 30s.
But we don't have money to spend. We don't have money to spend. We're saving money, but we would give it to Kepa. Do you know what I'm saying? It's crazy. How much would Kepa be getting? 100k. So how much Kepa would be getting?
What, 5 mil? I think you're paying him 5 mil for him.
We have to trigger a 5 mil release. We have to trigger a 5 mil release clause
Your
apparently to get
first
Kepa.
ever signing in this window, Kepa. Out of all players, Kepa.
anyway, Bundes Club, man. Listen, big up to everyone that's locked in. Big up Carl. Big up to everyone locked in. Yasser, Rashid, Macy, Blancos, everyone that's locked in. We're gonna redirect to Sunshine. You know what I mean? Help out Sunshine. She always helps out the channel as well.
There you go.
You're gonna get lit. You're gonna get lit, North. Where you lot heading?
Nah, bro, I feel rough. I was out all last night, bro. I was tired.
Yeah.
I know.
Is
I
it?
saw the Instagram post.
You have to follow. You have to follow. This is what our ancestors did. You know what I'm saying? This is a Latin way, bro. Come on. Keep up.
That's what we gotta do, man. That's what you gotta do. You have to have other things outside of
my
football, man.
ancestors, you know.
Yeah,
I know.
yeah, ancestors. Yeah, his ancestors lived like this, of course.
Real talk, mate.
Well, Matt's a bit different, but yeah, same idea.
Outside for your to your own advice, brother. Do the girl talk, want all that, bro. Stay away from Arsenal for the summer, because bro, it's already 5 days in the transfer. You're already.
Oh
pissed.
yeah, yesterday was lit, by the way. Anybody that didn't watch
yesterday, that stream was fire. That was a fire stream. So North, bro, they're gonna piss you off the longer this goes, brother. Yeah. So for your own sake, bro, stay away from Arsenal. That's just my advice.
Of course, Rashid's gonna say yesterday's stream was lit, bro.
It was lit.
That one's probably demonetized, fam, and flagged. You don't know.
You got
bro, people raising awareness.
Now,
he was
Rashid
raising
killed
awareness
me.
to the man.
Rashid, you killed me yesterday, brother. On that stream.
Huh?
You killed me yesterday.
Yeah, because raising awareness, I preach. You get me?
Nah, it sounded
Watch out,
like
man.
PTSD. You know.
Oh, Rashid was the funniest guy on there, bro.
Rashid knows about all the predators, bro.
Nah, Rashid was like, I don't give a damn, bro. I do not give a damn.
Nah, big up,
but
man.
you be watching like on Insta, bro, like all the time. Don't you lot watch? I don't know. I always be watching on Insta.
Listen, hey, Rashid,
don't you lot watch?
That might happen sometimes, you know. That might happen sometimes. I'm just saying.
Oh no, I'm not talking about that. Hold on. I'm talking about the Diddy case. Whoa. But the other things
okay.
No.
My bad.
We're not going down this.
Don't get him started, bro. Don't get him started.
Actually, just start your own stream right now and do the old Diddy
Okay,
talk.
no, sir. Let's end the stream, Dave. Before
End it now.
Yo, big up, familia.